Alright, welcome to Divinity 2 Original Sin. This is an early access version and I want to show you guys character creation screen. I've gone through the options and I'm pretty amazed at all of the options, and these are not all of the options that will be in the final release of the game. The game will release on Thursday, 14th of September. I can't wait to start doing guides and playing this game. Let's go through the options. Immediately we'll see some of the origin characters and custom options. Origin characters are characters that you cannot change. They have their own sets of talents. For example, this guy has Soul Wolf that he can summon. It's only his. He found Soul Wolf. You can change what type of class you want for them, which I will cover later on. Let's first cover the origin characters. And he also has human talents, which are +2 wits and +3 critical chance. Other character also has human talents, but she's got also encourage and maddening song. He's got also encourage, which raises all of your primary stats by 1. She's got as well, and maddening song that enrages enemies, which can be very useful. Enrage basically means when you cast that on an enemy character, it will attack the closest thing to them. Doesn't matter if it's a friend or foe. Very useful. We have the Red Prince, cool looking character. He's got specialty Dragon's Blaze. You're basically dealing fire damage. And also Demonic Stare, that's his personal specialty. All of these things are not personal specialty, these on the left, while the right ones are only for that character, or only for that origin character. This maddening song summons Soul Wolf, and we have here Demonic Stare, drains the target's magic armor and gain that amount for yourself. Beautiful. I mean, what else could you want? Lizard actually is a race that increases its intelligence by +2 from its talents, and you also get +1 persuasion from spell song. Alright. Sebil. She is an elf. That's a long bloody neck. Sexy though. If that neck would be at lower height. Talents for elves are Elegant. Elegant gives you +2 bonus in finesse, and Corpse Eater. Corpse Eater lets you eat body parts to access the memories of the dead. Wow. This will lead to some interesting stories. Flesh Sacrifice. Gain 1 action point immediately and a 10% damage boost for 2 turns at the cost of -1 constitution. So extremely high risk, high reward spell. I like that. Break the Shackles and remove negative statuses from yourself, including slowed, crippled, muted, atrophy, disease, and shackles of pain. And basically remove status effects. Always very useful. And these are all origin characters, at least for now. Probably in main game there will be a lot more when the full release comes. Let's, for example, go for human, and we will now go through the classes. We have Wayfarer class, survivalist and protection from magic. The Wayfarer is hard to hit and even harder to evade, because he's got a crossbow and shoots Marksman's Fang that hit 9 to 10 piercing damage, and it can shoot right through enemies and strike multiple enemies. Contamination deals 3 to 4 poison damage to enemies around you and can poison them. Turns water, blood surfaces, and clouds into poison. Ooh. Nice one. Fossil Strike. A giant rock filled with sticky oil that deals 4 to 5 fire damage, creates an all surface where it lands. Typical Earth Thingy. Which contamination we dealt with that. Poison Dart casts a magical poisonous dart that does 7 to 8 poison damage and sets poison status upon the enemy. Creates blood surfaces, set bleeding to enemies. And wet as well. Wizard. Searing daggers. Shoot 3 flaming daggers in a row. Each creates a fire surface and dealing 6 to 7 fire damage and sets burning. Fossil strike. A giant rock filled with sticky oil. Yeah, we already covered that one. Ignition. Sets enemies' characters around you on fire. Oh, I think I haven't gone through time warp. But none of that characters had time warp. But look at this. Target the character. Whenever this character ends a turn in combat, they immediately get a free turn. Extremely, extremely useful. Anyway, you ignite an enemy on fire and you deal a minor fire damage from what I can see here. I haven't played the game at all. I'm stuck at this character creation screen. I like to go through all of the options. We have a battle mage, shocking touch, stun a target and at an arm's distance. Deal 6 to 7 air damage. Battering ram, rush forward in a straight line to a designed point, hitting all enemies in your path with 4 to 5 physical damage and chance to knock them down. Good. Blinding radiance. You become radiant for a turn. Enemies around you will be blinded. Enemies that face you receive 7 to 8 air damage. This seems like a really fantastic spell. One of the best that I've read so far. I mean, the enemies are blinded, so I don't know what that affects. Does blind affect all the attacks? Yeah, probably all the attacks. And they also receive 7 to 8 air damage if they face you. Fucking hell, this is good. Cleric, typical healing stuff, and he also has Decaying Touch. Deals 3 to 4 physical damage to target. Character sets decay so that the target will take piercing damage from healing. So basically we're turning Cleric into an all-out offense machine. And you can also throw potions at enemies as well after they are decayed. That will do damage to them too. Typical restoration, restore 7 vitality. Bloodsucker, consume blood surfaces around you, restoring vitality. Wow. I love this thing with surfaces. That's bloody awesome. Golden Touch. Oh, sorry. What the hell am I doing? Conjurer. Conjure Incarnate. Conjure a personal elemental that matches the ground surface it's summoned onto. Your incarnate can be buffed with infusions. I don't know what infusions are at the moment, so I can't talk about that too much. Shoot a volatile ball that deals 4 to 5 damage of a random type and then creates a corresponding surface. So it's a random, it can backfire as well. Elemental totem, target the ground surface and conjure a totem of the corresponding element. Each turn this totem will fire a projectile at enemies in sight. Well, this is basically a witch doctor, something like that. I like that, seems like an interesting class. Enchanter. Electrical discharge, has a chance to stun, alright. Hail strike, icicles fall from the sky, chilling enemies nearly 4 to 5 fire damage, and restoration. But you can change all of these, that's the thing. I'm just going through presets at the moment. But I will show you that you can change stuff. Battle Stomp. Smash your weapon in the ground, knocking down known allied characters in front of you and hitting them for 5 to 6 physical damage. Also clears non-cursed surface and clouds. This can be very, very useful. I mean, knocking enemies down and stopping them from... actually not stopping them, but they need to use 1 action point in order to get up, if I remember correctly from Divinity 1. Deals 3 to 4, okay, we covered that one. Fortify increases and fills the character's maximum physical armor by 7. While Fortify, the target cannot be teleported, removes poison, bleeding, burning. Yup, awesome. Inquisitor. Battering ram, covered, crippling blow. Cripple the target with a sweeping blow and all non-allied characters around it, deals 8 to 10 fire damage. Mosquito Swarm. Unleash a swarm of giant mosquitoes to suck the blood out of your enemies, dealing 6 to 7 physical damage and healing yourself. Cool. Knight. Battering ram, covered, crippling blow, covered, and rage. Guarantees critical strikes at the cost of decreased resistance and dodging. Well, considering that he's a knight, shouldn't he be more of a tanky character? Metamorph. Lash out at your opponent, dealing 8 to 9 physical damage and disarming them. And you have atrophy. Chance, 100% chance to set atrophy, which I don't know what it is at the moment. Chicken claw. Turn the target character into a chicken. Bull horns, magnificent horns sprout from your forehead. You can rush at your enemies and gore them. Increases the retribution ability by 1 for the duration. Retribution ability is a skill that basically makes you counter-attack. Seems really good for this type of move. So it goes in hand. Ranger, ricochet, finds another target within, forks up to 2 times. Alright. Haste, typical thing. Everyone gets, actually the targeted character, not everyone gets 1 AP per turn, and you can move 2 meters more per AP. First aid, cures cripple, knockdown, blind, sound, blah blah blah, heals target for 30%. Very useful. Rogue, now my favorite type of class. Throwing knife, can do backstab damage, backlash, jump over the enemy, landing behind their back and backstab them for 6 to 8 physical damage. That's going to be used a lot. Adrenaline, borrow action points from your next turn and does not break invisibility or sneaking. Oh, this is awesome. This can be used to a tremendous effect. Shadow Blade. Destroys 6 to 7 magic armor and then tries to set sleeping. And it doesn't break invisibility or sneaking, which means you can start the battle with this, sleep one enemy, and then start the battle while he cannot act for 1 turn. Extremely useful. He also has Backlash and Mosquito Swarm. We already covered mosquitoes, the most annoying creatures on the earth. And we are back to Wayfarer, so you can see how many classes there are, and maybe there will be even more in the full release. But now let's choose one and let's see our options. For example, I want to go Rogue. Human Rogue. I get +2 wits and +3 critical chance and bartering bonus. So I can now change appearance. Let's see what is that we can change. Obviously skin color. There's a lot of colors and they all have pretty names like Honey, Glow, Sweet, Almond, Pure Ivory, Fair Rose, Possessed. Okay, Possessed is not pretty. Porcelain, Warm Beige, Soft Cocoa. God damn, I'm hungry now when I'm reading this. Alright, let's go with this. Typical cracker. Phase 2 looks crazy. Phase 4, Phase 5, Phase 6, and this one looks interesting. We can change hairstyle. Let's see our options. These are all girly hairstyles. Let's go with something like this. And we can change obviously the color of our hair. I always liked Witcher type characters with silver hair. Let's go with Taylor. Facial features. Beard. Oh, that's a cool fucking beard. I like the options. Options are really nice. Okay, there aren't that many in the end. Kind of disappointing, but hey. Oh, there should be some kind of a ninja helmet in the game. If there's not, I'm gonna be pissed. Let's go with this. Seems lovely. Next, we can change our presets. So for example, I have a rogue preset, and when I change now the presets, abilities will change here, and you can even edit the attributes that you gain as a bonus for your class, for your race. Humans have finesse and wits, which is perfectly fine. I want that. But the thing is, if you want to change them, you can. You just press minus and then go for something else. It's beautiful. These are all typical: strength, finesse, intelligence, constitution. Memory affects your amount of memory slots which are required to learn skills. More powerful skills cost more memory slots. So this can be good for everyone, I think. I need to check I need to start the game to see what it actually does. Wits affect your critical chance, initiative, and your ability to attack. Beautiful, beautiful. Perfect for thieves. Abilities. So we have here Scoundrel. Scoundrel increases movement speed and boosts your critical modifier. Exactly what we need. Dual wielding. Fine by me. Thievery. Improves your lockpicking and pickpocketing skills. Should I go for that or sneaking? I'll go for this at the moment. Sneaking. And we can also go and choose skills here. We have options: chloroform, destroy 6, then tries to set sleeping, landing behind their back and backstabbing them, borrow action points for an extra. I'm gonna go with the normal setup, although chloroform seems really goddamn useful. Maybe I can choose it later on. Backstabber. Backstabber allows the character to backstab with daggers and knives. I don't think I've chosen... Anyway, I've scrolled through races. There are dwarfs, elves, lizard man, human. And there will be undead at the full release, and maybe there will be more, I'm not sure. Like halflings or something, I think they could be there. Soldiers, outlaw. Maybe there will be even a bard character of some kind. This will affect some of the conversations, as I recall correctly from the first game. And here you can choose instrument, which I don't know what it does. So let's go with Bansuri. Anyway, as this is the character creation screen, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna start the game, see what the game offers now, and do a couple of videos more if there's need to, and then wait for the full release. Thank you all for watching.